all their leaves every year.
Pero siguen erguidos,
But
derechos,
they continue to be straight,
esperando
waiting
que lleguen sus días mejores.
for the better days to come.
Entonces usted y yo que nos llamamos sabios no sabemos esperar.
But then you and I that call ourselves wise, we don't know how to wait.
A ver si un árbol sabe más que tú.
Sometimes a tree knows more than you.
Dios mío. Sacude tu mente.
Shake your mind,
Que viva el Rey de Reyes.
for the King of Kings
Vaya
lives.
a su Biblia y busque el
Go to your
capítulo
Bible
17
and go to chapter 17
de Primera de Samuel,
of 1st of Samuel,
el verso 45.
verse 45.
Uy, ya, sí, ya usted lo conoce.
You already know that.
El problema es que conoces el verso, pero todavía no has derrotado a tu Goliat.
Well, the problem is that you know the verse, but you still have not defeated your Goliath.
Hay que derrotarlo.
You have to defeat him.
Uy, así que cuando las hojas
So when the leaves
estén ahí cayéndose de tu vida,
are there falling out of your life,
Dios tiene algo poderoso.
God has something powerful for you.
Uy, mira cómo dice.
And look how it says.
Entonces dijo David al filisteo. Léalo conmigo.
Then David said to the Philistine,
Mira lo que dice.
look what he says.
¿Quién le dijo al filisteo?
Who said it to the Philistine?
No Dios.
It wasn't God,
Porque muchos de ustedes están esperando que Dios diga
because many of you are still waiting for God to
y
say,
te toca decir a ti.
but it's your turn to say.
Tú vienes a mí con espada, lanza y jabalina, pero yo vengo a ti en el nombre del Señor de los ejércitos, el Dios de los escuadrones de Israel, a quien tú has desafiado. El Señor te entregará hoy en mis manos y yo te derribaré y te cortaré la cabeza y daré hoy a los cadáveres del ejército de los filisteos, a las aves del cielo, a las fieras de la tierra, para que toda la tierra sepa que hay Dios en Israel.
You come against me with the sword, the spear, and the javelin, but I will come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands. I will strike you down and cut off your head. This very day I will give your carcasses to the Philistine army, to the birds and the wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel.
Y para que sepa toda esta asamblea que el Señor no libra ni con espada ni con lanza, porque la batalla es del Señor y Él os entregará en nuestras manos. Sucedió que cuando el filisteo se levantó y se fue acercando para enfrentarse a David, este corrió rápidamente hacia él, frente de batalla, para enfrentarse al filisteo.
All those gathered here will know that it is not by spear or sword that the Lord saves. For the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into your hands. The Philistines moved closer to attack him, but David ran towards the battle line to meet him.
David, oh my God, no Dios.
David, not God.
No God, no
not
Dios.
God, David.
Metió la mano en su saco, sacó de él una piedra, la lanzó con la honda, hirió al filisteo en la frente. La piedra se hundió en su frente y Goliat cayó a tierra sobre su rostro. Así venció David al filisteo con una honda y una piedra, e hirió al filisteo y lo mató. Más, escuche bien, más no había espada en la mano de David.
Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead. The stone sank into his forehead, and he fell face down on the ground. So David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone, not without a sword in his hand. Without a sword in his hand, he struck down the Philistine and killed him.
Entonces David corrió y se puso sobre el filisteo, tomó su espada, la sacó de la vaina y lo mató, cortándole la cabeza con ella. Cuando los filisteos vieron que su campeón estaba muerto, huyeron.
David ran and stood over him. He took hold of the Philistine's sword and drew it from the sheath. After he killed him, he cut off his head with the sword. When the Philistines saw that their hero was dead, they turned around and ran.
Uy. Mira qué cosa.
Look what a thing.
Tú quieres que la gente te admire y te siga.
You want the people to admire you and follow
Pero
you.
hazte una pregunta.
But ask yourself a question.
¿Qué título tú tienes?
What title do you have?
Yo no estoy hablando de posición.
Oh, and I'm not talking about positions.
Sino, ¿has derrotado a un campeón?
If not, have you defeated a champion?
¿O te pasas hablando de un campeón?
Or are you always talking about a champion?
Gracias Dios te doy en esta hora.
I thank you, God, in this hour.
Gracias por tu palabra.
Thank you for your word.
Sé que nos vas a usar con poder y autoridad
I know that you will use us with power and authority
para bendecir
to
tu pueblo,
bless your people,
bendecir tus.
to bless your children.
My God. Apunta estas 4 cositas.
I want you to write down these 4 things.
Esto es para aprender a tener victoria.
This is so that you could learn to have a victory.
Número 1, celo.
Number 1, jealousy.
Número 2,
Number 2,
humildad.
humility.
Número 3,
Number 3,
fe.
faith.
Número 4,
Number 4,
sencillez.
being simple.
Armas para vencer.
These are the weapons for you to be able to conquer.
Tras la victoria.
Going after the
No
victory.
podemos hablar de fe
We
sin
cannot
prueba.
speak about faith without the
No podemos
trials.
hablar de conquista
We cannot speak about
viviendo
conquering,
en derrota.
living in defeat.
No podemos hablar de poder
We cannot speak about power
si no lo enseñamos.
if we don't show it.
El Señor te escogió a ti
The Lord chose you
para tener victoria.
to have victory.
Hay un dicho, un quote que me gusta que dice,
There's a quote that says,
cuando creas en mí,
when you believe in me,
es Dios hablándonos a nosotros.
and this is God speaking to us,
Al mismo nivel
when you believe in me at the
que yo
same
creo en
level
ti,
that I believe in you,
haremos milagros juntos.
we will do miracles together.
Por eso tienes que aprender,
That's why you have to learn,
y te lo voy a aconsejar una vez más.
and I'm going to give you advice once again.
Cuando
of it.
estés hablando y alguien se te pegue que quiere espiritualizar mucho las cosas,
When you are talking and somebody gets close and they want to spiritualize things
y
too
esa
much,
persona habla de que quiere espiritualizar todo,
and that person is speaking that they want to
tienes que
spiritualize it
separarte de
all,
esa persona.
you have to separate yourself from that person.
La vida es un espíritu.
Because life is a
La
spirit.
vida es poder y
Life
autoridad.
is power and authority.
Entonces, hay rasgos y cosas en ti
So there's traces and things
que van a
in you
identificar
that are going to identify
quién eres.
who you are.
A veces queremos la moda y la moda no te identifica lo que tú eres.
Sometimes we want styles and styles don't identify who you are.
Hay veces que la moda lo que hace es que tú te veas el payaso del grupo.
Sometimes the style makes you look like the clown of the group.
La moda no identifica, no es mala la moda.
Because styles are not bad, but they don't identify.
La moda no identifica lo que tú eres.
The styles don't identify who you are.
Tus acciones, tus hechos,
Your
tus
actions,
logros,
your
tu
accomplishments,
caminar, tu mover,
your walk, your move,
lo que la gente puede ver
what the people can see
es lo que identifica lo que tú eres y lo que has hecho.
is what identifies who you are and what you've done.
Por eso en esta hora yo vengo a hablarte de que tú y yo somos victoriosos.
That's why in this hour I have come to speak that we
La
are
palabra
victorious.
enseña y dice
The Bible teaches
que
and says
somos más
that we are more
que vencedores.
than conquerors.
Significa
So it means
que lo que es vencido,
that what has been
tú estás por
conquered
encima.
is above.
Cuando tú estás por encima de algo,
When you are above
tú
something,
vas a vivir de acuerdo a algo.
you're going to live according to something.
Hazte una pregunta.
Ask yourself a
A
question.
lo que más tú le dedicas tiempo,
What you dedicate the most time to,
ese eres tú.
that's who you are.
Tú no puedes llamarte un negociante,
You
un hombre
cannot
de
call
negocio,
yourself a business person or a man of
si
business
tú lo que le das a un negocio son 3 horas.
if all you give to that business is 3 hours.
Tú no le puedes decir que te gusta la universidad
You cannot say that you like college
cuando solo abres el libro cuando estás allí.
when you only open up your book when you're there.
Al que le gusta la universidad, al que
That
le
one
gusta
that likes
estudiar,
college, the university, and likes to
siempre,
study,
escuche bien,
they will always,
siempre
listen well, always,
va a estudiar
they're always going to
aún
study
fuera de la universidad.
even when they're out of the university.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Entonces, no confundas una cosa con otra.
So don't confuse one thing with another.
Tú tienes que tener el celo,
You have to have that
no
zeal,
el celo tóxico.
not the toxic jealousy,
¿Dónde está? ¿Qué hiciste?
where they're asking
Te
you what
llamé
did you do.
5 veces y no me
I
has
called you 5
contestado.
times and you have not answered.
Tenga cuidado con esas
Be
noviecitas
careful with those girlfriends.
que quieren que tú tengas un GPS en la espalda para
They
ya
want you
saber
to
dónde
have a
tú estás.
GPS on your back so that they could know where you're at.
Si la que tienes es así,
If the one that you have is like that,
dale una temporada, dile si no te arregla, bye bye.
give her a season and say, if you don't fix yourself, bye bye.
No quiero que después me venga a pedir consejo. Es que de mi mujer.
I don't want you to
No me
later
dejes.
on
Ah,
come
papi,
and
yo te
seek
lo
for
advertí.
advice. Oh, it's that my wife is. I'm gonna say, man, I warned you.
Yo
about
te lo
it.
advertí.
I warned you.
Así que resuelve tú y vete a ayunar tú.
So you solve it now and you go and fast.
Oh my God.
My God.
¿Sabe? Hay ocasiones
You know,
que,
there's
que tú
occasions
tienes que tener un celo
That you have to have a zeal
como enseña la palabra.
the way that the word teaches it.
La palabra nos enseña bien claro ahí mismo en Samuel.
The word teaches right there in Samuel,
El verso 26
verse 26.
dice, mira lo que David dijo.
Look what David said.
Le preguntó a los que estaban con él.
He asked those that were with him
Verso 26.
Verse
Del
26.
17, verso 26.
of chapter 17.
¿Qué dicen que le dará a quien mate este filisteo y salve así el honor de Israel? ¿Quién se cree este filisteo pagano que se atreve a desafiar al ejército del Dios viviente?
David asked the men standing near him, what will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes the disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?
Mire el celo que le está mostrando.
Look at
¿Qué,
the zeal
qué
that he
celo
is
tú
demonstrating.
muestras en la obra de Dios?
What zeal are you demonstrating in the ministry
¿Qué
of God?
celo tú muestras en tu casa?
What
¿Qué,
zeal are you
qué
demonstrating in
celo
your
tú
house?
muestras
What zeal are you
para
demonstrating
vencer?
so that you could
Tú
conquer?
sabes que yo le dije a alguien,
You know that I
me
said
dijo,
to someone,
es que me canso, esto no me sale.
I said, oh, it's that I get tired. This is not
Y yo le
going
dije, tú
well.
no estás cansado.
And I said, no, you're not
Tú
tired.
quieres que todo te caiga del cielo.
I said, you want everything to fall from heaven for you.
Tú quieres que todo te salga fácil.
You want everything to come
Tú
out
tienes
easy.
que aprender a pelear.
You have to learn how to
Y a
fight.
los hombres siempre se lo he dicho.
And to the men, I've
Tienes
always
que dar
said,
la
you have
changuería.
to stop the childishness.
El hombre chango
A man that is childish,
que se ponga taco.
they could wear heels.
El hombre tiene que ser un peleón, un
Because a
guerrero,
man has to be a fighter, a
un
warrior,
conquistador.
a conqueror.
El hombre no es para estar encerrado en un cuarto
A man is
llorando,
not to be
no es para
enclosed
estar
in
en la
a
esquina
closet,
mirando,
or
no es
being
para
in the
estar por las
corner looking.
paredes.
It's not
El
to be
hombre
on the
guerrero
wall.
se levanta en medio de la enfermedad, en medio de la pobreza, en medio de los problemas.
The problems.
El celo
The zeal
va a crear en ti
is going to create in
una
you
victoria.
a victory.
Tienes que aprender a orar con esa naturalidad.
You have to learn
Me
how to
parece
pray
que él
with that
llega allí
naturalness. It
y
seems
dice,
like,
mira, hay hombres tan changos
arrives there.
que se pegan a otro hombre a dar queja.
but look, there's men that are
Eso
so
no es de
childish, they
hombre.
go to another man to get complaints. That's
El
not
hombre va donde otro y dice, no me gusta lo que dijiste, no me gusta esto, no me gusta aquello.
I don't like this, I don't like that.
Ay, yo no estoy hablando de guapería, de
And I'm not
pelear.
talking about that you're going to go and try to
No,
fight
no,
the
no.
person. No.
Es que si te llamas hombre, háblale en la cara a los hombres.
Speak to the men in their face.
Preste bien, no estamos hablando de violencia.
Close attention. We're not talking about violence here.
No, eso es de
No, no.
allá, de la calle.
That's from over there in the streets.
El problema
The problem
es que David llegó allí, parece, y dijo,
Is that it seems like David appeared there and said,
preste
I
atención.
want you to pay
¿Qué
attention.
está diciendo este?
What is he saying?
Ustedes, parece que él le dijo, ustedes están entendiendo a quién él está
It seems
desafiando.
like he said, are you understanding who he is defying?
Porque el problema es
Because the problem is
que cuando tú te ves en ese desafío,
that when you see yourself in that challenge,
yo siempre he dicho, intentar no es querer
I've
cambiar.
always said trying is not wanting
Cuando
to
tú
change.
quieres cambiar, tú cambias.
Because when you want to change, you change.
Tú haces.
You do.
Tú no intentas.
You don't try.
El intento es para perdedores.
Trying is for losers.
Yo estoy tratando.
I'm
Cuando
trying.
te juntes con gente que
When
está
you get
tratando,
together
sepárate de
with
ellos.
people that are trying, separate from them.
Sepárate de ellos.
Separate from them.
No van a conquistar
They're not
contigo.
gonna conquer with you.
Yo no dije que los deseches.
I didn't say that you're going to discard them.
Yo no dije que ellos no
I
sirven.
didn't say they're useless.
Yo no he dicho que los votes.
I have not said to throw them out.
Pero yo no puedo ir
But I cannot go
a una pelea
to a fight
cuando sé que el que siempre va a pelear se me va del lado.
when I know that the one that's going to be there for me is going to just leave my side in
Me
the
van a
fight.
dar una pela a mí solo.
I'm going to get the beating all by myself.
No, yo necesito otro que diga.
No,
que nos
I need
tienen,
another one that's going to say,
Había que llevarse a Carlitos Colón y al Invader.
You had to take Carlitos Colon and the Invader.
Hasta la última gota de sangre.
They would fight until the last drop of blood.
Sammy y Ulises tienen retrato con Carlitos Colón y el
Sammy
Invader.
and Ulises, they have pictures with Carlitos Colon and Invader. They're wrestlers.
Ellos los van a traer.
They're going to bring those pictures.
¿Sabes? Tú tienes que tener el celo
You know, you have to have that zeal.
de lo que tú quieres.
Of what
Tú
you
quieres
want.
tus hijos que
Do
conquisten.
you want your children to
Tú
conquer?
tienes que ser un guerrero.
You have to be a warrior.
Tú no puedes invitar a tus hijos a conquistar
You
cuando
cannot
tú no has
invite your children to
conquistado
conquer
nada.
when you have not
Ellos no te
conquered
van a
anything
creer.
yourself.
Ellos
They're
te van
gonna
a amar,
believe you.
pero
They're
no
gonna
te
love you,
van a
but they
creer.
will not believe you.
Ellos tienen que ver.
They have to see
Mi
it.
papá es un guerrero.
My father
Mi
is
mamá
a
es una
warrior.
guerrera.
My mother is a warrior.
Celan la obra de Dios. Nadie
they
les
have
puede
zeal-
hablar
they
de
have
Dios.
zeal for the
Nadie
ministry of
puede
God.
provocar a
Nobody can talk
Dios.
about God. Nobody can provoke God.
Tienes que tener ese celo.
You have to have that zeal.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Entonces tienes que entender
So you have to
que
understand
el celo.
that zeal.
Mira, cuando tú celas,
Look, when you have that
tú
zeal,
te quitas para darle a otro.
you take from yourself so that you could give to others.
Yo no sé si comprendiste
I don't know
esto.
if you comprehended this.
No es que te quitas para tirarlo al
It's
aire.
not that you're taking away from yourself to just
Pero
throw it up in
cuando
the
tú
air.
eres celoso de lo que tú quieres,
But when you are jealous of what you want,
tus hijos visten mejor que tú.
your children will dress better than you.
Tus hijos tienen que estar mejor que tú.
Your children have to be better than you are.
Eso es celo.
That's that zeal.
Porque ellos no llegaron en avión.
Because they didn't arrive in an airplane.
Los traíste tú.
You brought them.
Oh my God. Tiene que tener, porque yo sé que fue algo que provoca.
And
El
why do I know that it's
celo
something that provokes?
provoca.
That zeal is going to provoke.
Tú sabes las veces que yo me siento y le digo al diablo,
You know
mira
the times
diablo,
that I sit down and I say to the devil,
me
look,
estás
devil,
dando con todo lo que tú dices tener,
you're hitting me with everything that you say
pero se
that
te
you
están
have.
acabando las balas.
But you have no more bullets left.
Porque cuando tú entiendes
Because when you understand
un ataque,
an attack,
tú comprendes tu
you
dimensión.
comprehend your dimension.
Entiendes tu ataque,
You understand your attack.
comprendes tu
And you
dimensión.
will understand your dimension.
Mientras tú no entiendas el ataque,
And until you don't understand the attack,
el celo
the jealousy,
no
the
está
zeal
moviéndose.
is not moving.
Porque el celo es el que provoca que es tiempo de hacer
Because the zeal is the
algo.
one that provokes for you to know that there's time. It's time
Debes
to
de
do
anotarlo en
something.
tu mente
You should write this down in your
para que
mind
dejes de estar quejándote.
so that you could stop complaining.
El celo es la señal
That
de que es
zeal
tiempo de hacer
Is the
algo.
sign that it's time to do something.
Por eso tú no puedes ser inconstante
That's why you cannot be
en tus
inconsistent
decisiones.
in your decisions.
Hoy quiero hacer esto,
Today I
mañana
want to do
esto.
this, but tomorrow
Hoy quiero
this.
abrir esto,
Today
mañana
I want to
esto.
open up this, but
Hoy
tomorrow
este es el
this.
deseo.
Today I have desires of this, but
Serás
tomorrow
inconstante en todo lo
you're
que
going to be
haces.
inconsistent in everything that you
Allí
do.
llegó él y dijo,
There he arrived and he said,
¿qué dijo este?
what did he say?
Tú tienes que de momentos dados
You have to all of a sudden at
levantarte y
certain
decir, ¿qué está
moments
diciendo el enemigo?
Get up and say, what is the enemy saying?
¿Qué es lo que él se cree?
What is it that he thinks?
Porque no te creas que tú vas a llegar a la cima
Because don't think that you're going to make it to the summit
sin que te ocurra nada en el camino.
without nothing occurring in the path.
Todo el que quiere conquistar
Everyone that wants to conquer,
van a hacerle la guerra.
they're going to bring a war against you.
Cuando usted está martillando
When you are hammering something
y el clavo se dobla,
and the nail bends,
usted lo saca
you take it out
y pone otro.
and you put a new one.
Dios no.
God doesn't.
Dios te endereza doblado.
God will straighten you while you're bent.
Porque es que tu molde
Because it's that your mold,
no lo tiene nadie.
nobody else has it.
Lo que tú eres capaz de
What
hacer,
you are capable of
aquel
doing,
lo va a tratar, pero
that
no le va a
person is gonna
salir.
try, but it's not going to come out right.
Por eso yo nunca he tratado de hacer lo que otro
That's
hace.
why I've never tried to do what others do.
Por eso yo hago lo que yo hago y
That's
soy
why
lo que
I
soy.
do what I do and I am what I am.
Tu identidad
Your identity
te va a llevar a ser un
It's
guerrero.
going to take you to be a warrior.
Tú tienes que tener victoria en todo tiempo.
You have to have victory at all
Deje de
times.
estar saludando a la gente.
Stop saying
¿Cómo estás?
hi to
Ay,
people.
Jaque.
How are you
Ya tú
doing?
ves.
Well, I'm here.
Un poco
You
chavo, pero
already
no es tu
see.
culpa.
I'm a little all messed up,
No,
but
eso
it's
yo
not
lo
your
sé que no es
fault.
mi culpa.
Well, I know it's not my fault.
No, aquí pasando unos problemas.
Now I'm
Pues,
here
ese no es mi
going through
problema,
some
ese es tu
trouble.
problema,
Well,
varón.
that's not my problem. That's
Deja de
your
estar
problem.
quejándote y corrígelo.
Stop complaining and correct it.
Pregúntale al que lo está haciendo bien.
You know, ask the person
Pregúntale al
that's
que
doing
va
things
adelante.
right. Ask the person that is going ahead of
¿Cómo
you.
tú puedes perseverar?
How can you persevere?
A mí casi no me lo preguntan.
They hardly don't ask me.
Porque yo lo que le digo es deja de ser chango.
Because what I say is stop being childish.
Yo también he tenido problemas.
I've also
Yo
had
también he tenido
problems.
problemas con la mujer.
I've also had
Yo he tenido
problems
problemas
with
con
my
los
wife.
hijos.
I
Yo he tenido
had
problemas con la
problems with my
gente.
sons,
He tenido
problems
problemas
with
con mi
the
salud.
people,
He tenido
problems with my
problemas de
health,
todo.
Problems of all kinds.
Pero no he sido un chango.
But I have not been childish.
Porque yo voy rumbo a
Because
conquistar.
I'm going towards conquering.
Y yo siempre he querido que mi mujer
And
vea
I've always
un
wanted
hombre,
my wife to see a man,
no una pulga.
not a flea.
Pastor, ¿y por qué una pulga? Un flea,
A
de los
tick.
perros. No,
A tick.
no,
It's
esa
a
es una
tick.
garrapata. La flea, los flea.
Okay, a flea, excuse me.
No, ¿por qué? Porque siempre están brincando,
A flea, why? Because they're always jumping.
buscando dónde aterrizar.
And they're jumping to looking for a place to land.
Los hombres no brincan.
The men
Los
don't
hombres
jump.
se paran firmes.
The men stand
Miran a la
firm.
mujer.
They
Le
look
dicen,
at their
voy a
wife and
conquistar.
say, I'm gonna
Voy a
conquer.
lograrlo.
I'm gonna accomplish
Cuéntame
it.
lo que me cueste.
No matter what
Llore
it costs
quien
me.
llore.
No
Me
matter
deje
who
quien me
cries.
deje.
No matter
Yo
who
soy un
leaves me.
hombre de victoria y de
I'm going to be a man
conquista.
of victory and conquering.
Ah. No, pastor, yo no estoy de acuerdo.
Oh no, Pastor, I don't agree
No
with
tienes
that.
que estar de acuerdo.
Well,
Sigue
you
con
don't
tu
have to agree.
changuería.
You could continue with your childishness.
Esté de acuerdo con la pulga.
Just be in agreement with the flea.
Yo no vengo a implantarte que tú tienes que ser como
I have
yo.
not come to impose on you that you have to
No,
be like me.
yo no voy a ser como tú.
Because I'm not going to be like you.
Estamos hablando de la palabra.
We're talking
La
about
palabra
the word.
dice
The word says
que esto es para quién.
that this is for who?
¿Para quién?
For who?
Al que tú dices que tú le crees.
The one that you're saying that you
Fue el
believe.
primero que dijo, esto no es para
Was
chango.
the first one that said this is not
Esto
for
no
the
es para
childish.
cobarde.
This is
Esto
not
no
for
es para
the
el que se
coward.
raja.
This is not for
Esto
the
es
ones
para el
that
que
give up.
pelea.
This is
Esto
for
es
the
para
ones
el
that
guerrero.
fight. This is for the warriors.
¿Sabe? Hay cosas que te van a pasar.
You know, there's things that are going to
Que
happen
tú
to
tienes
you.
que pararte frente. Deja de estar peleando tanto con el diablo.
You have to stop fighting with the devil so much.
Estás 2 horas orando fuera, diablo.
You
Te
pray 2
reprendo.
hours, I cast you
Espíritu
out,
de
devil.
esto,
I rebuke you.
espíritu de aquello,
Spirit of this,
espíritu
spirit
de
of
lo
that,
otro,
spirit of the
espíritu
other,
de esto,
spirit of that,
espíritu.
spirit.
Fuera, diablo.
I cast you
Suelta a
out,
mi
devil.
esposo, suelta a mis
Let go
hijos.
of my husband,
No
let go of
déjate
my
de
children.
tanta bobera
Stop
y
all
ponte
that
a creer la
foolishness
palabra.
and start
Porque
believing the word.
si el Espíritu está
Because if
contigo,
the Spirit is with
ellos
you,
huyen
They
solos.
will flee on their own.
Jesús llegaba,
Jesus
Pablo
would
llegaba,
arrive, Paul
Pedro
would
llegaba,
arrive, Peter would
y los
arrive.
espíritus inmundos
And
decían,
the
llegó
Spirit
algo
would say-
superior.
The spirits would say something superior has arrived.
Tú tienes que estar reprendiendo mucho
You got to be rebuking too much.
cuando los espíritus malos no te
When
reconocen.
the evil spirits are not recognizing you,
Tienes que pararte
you
firme.
got to stand firm.
Aquellos le rogaron,
Those they pleaded,
déjanos ir a un cuerpo.
let us go into a body.
Jesús le dijo, sálganse.
And Jesus said, get out.
Oh my God. ¿Sabes? Hay
You know,
cosas.
there's things.
David lo preguntó.
David asked,
Deja de estar siendo de esos cristianos.
stop
yo
being
hago
of
esto,
those Christians
yo hago esto y no pienso recibir
that
nada.
they say, oh, I do this, but I'm not thinking about receiving anything.
Eso es una humildad falsa.
That is a fake humility.
Porque el que ofreció fue Dios.
Because the one that offered was God.
Escuchó, no es el
Did
pastor.
you hear me? It's not the
El que
pastor.
ofreció fue
The
él.
one that offered was
Estos
God.
son los dos caminos.
These
Si
are the
haces
two
este
paths.
te va mal.
If you
Si
do
haces
this, it's
este,
gonna go bad. If you do
pondré
this
sobre
one,
abundancia.
I will put an
Te daré la
overabundance in you.
victoria.
I will give
Yo
you the
pelearé
victory.
por ti.
I will fight
Yo estaré
for you. I
contigo.
will be with
Mira
you.
a alguien y dile, él
Look at
ofreció, él
somebody and say,
ofreció.
He offered it. He offered it.
No es que yo no lo hago por interés.
Oh no, I don't do it because of an interest.
¿Cómo que no lo haces por interés?
How is it that you don't do it because of an interest?
Entonces tú te fajas en tu trabajo,
Oh, so you work hard in your job,
pero no esperas aumento,
but you're not awaiting an increase in your pay.
no esperas bono,
You're not awaiting a bonus.
no esperas una gratificación. No, yo
You're
es que-
not
es
awaiting any
que-
gratification. No, I just do it because.
no, hay un celo que hay que llevarlo.
There's a zeal that you have to
Hay
carry
un
with you.
celo.
There's a
Escúchame
zeal.
bien, hay
Listen
un
well.
celo.
There's a zeal. Listen.
Mira, alguien dile, hay un celo que
Look
tengo que
at somebody and say,
aprender.
there's a zeal that I have to learn.
Atrévete.
Dare.
Tú tienes que ser natural.
You have to be natural.
No aparentes.
Don't try to appear what is
Mira
not.
lo que hizo David.
Look what David did.
David se ciñó la espada sobre la armadura e intentó caminar.
David took his sword and he put it on his in his hand and he tried to walk.
Pero no pudo porque no estaba acostumbrado.
But it was hard because he was not used to that.
Acuérdate que David no había peleado con espada.
Remember that David had not fought with swords.
No pelees
Don't fight
en una batalla fuerte con algo que nunca has usado.
in a strong battle with something that you've never used.
No te metas en ayuno si no sabes
Don't
ayunar.
get into fastings if you don't know how to fast.
Porque el diablo te va a derrotar en tu propio
Because
ayuno.
the devil is going to defeat you in your own
Él te va a ganar,
fasting.
te va a
He is
debilitar.
going to win. He's going to weaken you.
David no dijo, no la sé usar.
David did not say, I don't know how to
Yo no
use
estoy
it.
acostumbrado.
He said, I'm not used to
Hay
it.
cosas que tú no estás acostumbrado a
There's things that
hacer.
you're not used to doing.
No porque aquel lo haga, tú lo vas a hacer.
Not because somebody else does it, you're going to do it.
¿Sabe? Le digo, pero no pudo porque no estaba acostumbrado.
But he wasn't able because he wasn't used to it.
No puedo andar con todo esto, le dijo a Saúl.
I cannot walk with all of this, he said
No
to
estoy
Saul.
entrenado.
I am not trained.
¿Te das cuenta por qué las batallas grandes que vienen de Dios a veces tú las pierdes?
Have you noticed why the big battles that are coming from God, you sometimes lose them?
Porque no te entrenaste cuando te estaba yendo bien.
Because you didn't train yourself when things were going well for you.
David no tenía guerras con nadie.
David didn't have any wars with
David no
anyone.
tenía guerra con la gente.
David didn't have wars with the people.
David se estaba entrenando con animales.
David was training himself with animals.
David se quería ser un guerrero.
David wanted to become a
No para
warrior.
que la gente lo viera.
Not so that the people
Los
could
hombres
see
de
him.
Dios se encierran
The men
solos.
of God,
Los
they
hombres de
enclose
Dios
themselves
pelean
alone.
solos.
The men
Los
of God,
hombres
they
de
fight
Dios,
alone.
oye
The men
bien,
of
los
God.
hombres de Dios
Listen, the men of God,
enfrentan sus guerras
they
sin
face
lloradera.
their wars without crying.
Pero te tienes que preparar.
But you have to prepare yourself.
Es que él lo tiene que haber mirado.
It's that he must have looked at him.
Yo he peleado con osos más grandes que él.
I have fought bears that are bigger than him.
Tienen más fuerza que
They're
él.
stronger than he is.
Esa es la mente.
That's the mind.
Uy. Dice que tomó su bastón y fue a buscar unas piedrecitas.
It says that he took his staff in his hand and he went to look for some
De acuerdo a
stones.
las que él usa.
According to the ones that he
¿Qué tú
uses.
sabes usar?
What do you know how to use?
¿Qué tú sabes usar?
What do you know how to
Dios
use?
te ha regalado algo.
God
¿Lo
has
estás
gifted you with
usando?
something. Are you using it?
¿O estás viendo todavía más Netflix que
Or
nada?
are you still looking at more Netflix than anything else?
¿Ver Netflix es malo? No.
Do you watching
Ir al
Netflix? Is
cine
it
es
bad?
malo?
No.
No.
Going to the movie theater, is it bad? No.
¿Ver televisión es malo? No.
Watching TV, is it bad?
No.
No.
Lo que pasa es que tú no te das
What
cuenta
happens is that you don't notice
que cuando tú pasas más tiempo
that
en
when you
eso,
spend more time in
te
that,
duermes leyendo y orando,
you
pero no
fall
viendo TV.
asleep praying and reading, but you don't fall asleep
Quiere
watching
decir
TV.
que el enemigo te ganó terreno en una área.
So it means that the enemy gained the territory in one area.
Cuando miras letras,
When you look at the word,
te duermes.
you fall asleep.
Cuando ves
When
imágenes,
you see images,
no te duermes.
you don't fall asleep.
¿Qué imagen está preñada en tu mente?
What image have you conceived
¿Qué
in
está
your
ahí
mind?
plasmado?
What is framed there in your mind?
Tienes que tener fe.
So you have to have faith.
Sé humilde.
Be humble.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Tú no puedes pelear.
You cannot fight.
Él le dijo, bueno,
And he said, well,
cuando me toca cuidar las ovejas,
when I have to take care of the sheep,
yo
I
sé pelear con león,
I
con
know how to
oso.
fight against the lion, against the bear.
Y cuando me quitaban algo, yo iba atrás.
And when they would take one of them, I would go after
Tú
them.
tienes que aprender que cuando tú tienes celo y eres humilde, lo que te quitan tú lo buscas.
You have to learn that when you have the zeal and you're humble, whatever they take from you, you
Tú
go
no te has dado
after it.
cuenta, y esto es una noticia que voy a dar para que usted lo entienda.
This is a news that I'm going to give so that you can
Yo
understand.
no guerreo con nadie.
I don't have a war with anyone.
No sé por qué tengo tanto enemigo.
But I don't know why I have so many enemies.
No entiendo.
I don't understand.
Porque yo no guerreo con ellos.
Because I don't bring a war
Yo
against
no guerreo
them.
con sus
I don't
iglesias.
bring a war against their
Yo no le
churches.
digo no vayas allí que te
I
mueres.
don't say don't go there because you're going to
No,
die.
yo no le digo no vayas allí que no crece.
I don't say don't go there because you're not going to grow.
No entiendo.
I don't understand.
Entonces, cuando me voy a la
But
palabra,
when I go to
me
the
doy
word,
cuenta
I notice
que ellos son servidores.
that they are servants.
Escuche bien cómo se lo voy a poner.
I want you to listen well how I'm going
La
to put this.
conquista de un reino
The conquering of a kingdom,
lleva guerra.
it will bring a war.
lleva guerra,
It brings a war.
pero también lleva humildad.
But it also carries the humility.
Cuando yo te diga a ti,
When I say to
tú
you,
puedes,
you can do
yo
it.
sé que tú puedes.
I know that you
No
can do it.
por motivarte,
Not because I want to motivate
porque
you.
ya yo lo pasé.
It's because I already went through that.
Dios
God
dijo que va a probar mi fe.
He said that He's going to test my
¿Sí
faith.
o no?
Yes or no?
Pero entre más me la prueba,
But the more He tests my
más
faith,
voy a crecer.
the more I'm going to grow.
Por eso yo no sé rajarme.
That's why I don't know how to give
No,
up
no,
on
escúchame
things.
bien.
No, listen
Hay un
well.
dicho allá en mi barrio que
There's a quote
decía,
in my neighborhood
yo
that
muero
they
en la
would say,
raya.
I'm going to die on the
Cuando
line.
tú mueres en la raya,
When
porque hay
you
mucho
die on the
bocón,
line, because there's big
hay
mouths,
mucho
people
hombre
that have
bocón.
big mouths.
No,
Men
yo
that
muero
have
en la
big mouths.
raya.
Oh,
Y
no,
son
I'm
unos
gonna die on
cobardes.
the line, but they're cowards.
Ni en el reino tienen
And
valentía.
in the kingdom, they're
Se
not
rajan,
brave.
se
They give
rinden,
up. They
siempre
surrender.
están llorando.
They're always crying.
Ese refrán contigo no va de que mueres en la raya.
That quote with you that you're going to die on the line, no,
El
that
que
doesn't
muere en
go
la
with you.
raya lo matan y tú dices, me vas a matar aquí,
Because the
pero
one that dies on the line,
esto
they're
es lo
going to be
que es.
killed, and they're going to say, you could kill me here, but this is what I'm going to
cuando
do.
venga la persecución,
When the persecution comes,
si tú no estás
if
listo,
you're
vas a
not
negar a
ready,
Dios.
you're going to deny God.
Lo han negado con pruebita, imagínate cuando seas
You
confrontado.
have denied Him with little trials. Imagine when you're confronted.
Dile que está a tu lado, necesitas humildad.
Say to the person next to you, you need
¿Y cuál es
humility.
la verdadera humildad?
And what is the true humility?
Reconocer lo que eres.
Recognizing who you
Cuando a mí me
are.
dicen que yo no puedo,
When they say to me that I can't do it,
solamente en mi mente crece esto.
in my mind this grows.
Papi, el único que me puede parar a mí soy yo mismo.
Man, the only one that can stop me is me,
Y yo nací
myself.
para guerrear,
And I was
yo
born
nací
to be
para
a warrior.
conquistar,
I was
yo
born
nací
to
para
conquer.
vencer,
I was
yo
born to
nací para
defeat.
progresar,
I was born
yo
to
nací
progress. I
porque
was
no
born.
tan solo nací,
Because not only was I born,
sino que el Rey de Reyes
the King of
está
Kings
conmigo.
is with me.
Mira, alguien está conmigo, Dios.
Look at
Dile, está
somebody and say,
contigo.
He's with me and He's with you.
Tienes que tomar
You
coraje.
have to take that
Tienes
courage.
que dejar la humildad
You
falsa.
gotta let go of that
Si
fake
eres un
humility.
guerrero, párate y guerrea.
If you're a
Si eres
man,
un conquistador,
Stand up
conquista.
and be a warrior. If you're a conqueror, conquer.
Si eres de los bravos, que lo veas.
If you are one of the brave ones, let them see it.
Y ya te dije, no estoy hablando de violencia,
And I already said it. I'm not talking about
ni de
violence.
guapería,
I'm not talking about trying to be
No,
brave
no,
and
no.
fighting somebody. No, no, no.
porque eso aquí no sirve.
Because that's useless
Tampoco
here.
te confundas.
Don't get confused.
Por si acaso te pasó algo por la mente.
Just in case something went through your mind.
El problema es
The problem is
que tú tienes que saber
that you have to know
lo que tú eres.
what you are.
¿Qué tú eres?
What are you?
Dile al que está a tu lado, ¿qué tú eres?
Say to the person next to you, what are you?
¿Sabes que un león se muere de hambre,
Do you know that a lion will die of hunger,
pero nunca va a comer hierba?
but he is never going to eat grass?
Se echa a morir
He will set himself to die
porque él no nació para comer hierba.
because he was not born to eat grass.
Dice así este dicho:
This quote says,
un león nunca comerá hierba,
a lion will never eat grass,
sin importar lo hambriento que esté.
no matter how hungry he is.
Sé como un león.
Be like a lion.
Nunca baje tus estándares
Don't ever lower your standards
para que las cosas
so that things
no alimenten tu alma
do not
incorrectamente.
feed your soul incorrectly.
No tengas mente de derrotado.
Don't have a mindset of a
Tú
defeated
naciste
person.
para
You were
conquistar.
born to
El
conquer.
Dios de Israel está
The
contigo.
God of Israel
El
is
Dios
with
de
you.
los cielos
The
está
God of the
contigo.
heavens is with
El
you.
Dios está
The God is
contigo.
with you.
Tienes que atreverte.
You have to dare.
Sé sencillo.
Be simple.
Hermano, no oro como tú,
Oh, brother, I don't pray like you,
pero sé mover al cielo.
but I know how to move heaven.
Hermano, no ayuno como tú,
Brother, I don't fast like you do.
porque tampoco critica el que ayuna mucho, el que
Because
ora
don't
mucho,
criticize the
al
one
que
that
lee
fasts a
mucho.
lot, the one that prays a lot, the one that reads a lot.
Si tú eres de los que lee un capítulo y te acuestas a dormir,
If you
pues
are
está
one that
bien.
reads a chapter and falls asleep, well, that's
Pero
okay.
entonces tampoco pretendas tener el conocimiento del que lee todos
But
los
don't
días.
pretend, to have the knowledge of the one that reads every day.
Sé sencillo.
Be simple.
Vamos a ayunar.
We're going to fast.
¿Cuántos días?
How many days?
5.
5.
Y que te diga alguien, yo te puedo ayunar 3.
And if somebody says I can only fast 3,
No puedo ayunar más de 5.
I cannot fast more than
Más de
5.
3.
I mean, excuse me,
No lo
more than 3.
critique.
Don't criticize
Está
the
siendo
person.
humilde.
The person is being
Está siendo
humble.
sencillo.
The person is being
Porque está
simple.
reconociendo hasta
Because
dónde
the
llega.
person is recognizing up to where they can make
Pero
it.
puede ser que en esos 3
But
días
it could be that in those 3
mueva
days,
lo mismo que tú mueves en
he's
5.
going to move the same that you're going to move in 5.
todo el mundo con armadura y muchas cosas.
Everybody with their armor and a lot of other things.
Y él con una ondita, con una
And
flecha, como le decimos nosotros.
He only had a slingshot.
Y aquí esperando.
I'm here waiting.
¿Tú sabes por qué yo tengo tanto coraje?
Do you know why I have so much
Porque
courage?
el año 24
Because the year
Dios le
2024,
advirtió a muchos
God warned to
lo
many
que iba a hacer
what he
y
was
no lo
gonna do,
entendieron.
and they did not understand.
Y tengo coraje
And I'm
porque se les
angry
enseñó,
because
se
they were
les
taught,
dijo,
they were told,
tienes que cambiar,
you have to
tienes que
change,
perdonar,
you have
tienes
to
que
forgive,
levantarte,
you gotta
tienes que
get yourself up,
sacudirte.
you gotta shake it off.
No use las herramientas ahora
Don't use
al
now
revés.
the tools backwards.
No venga y diga ahora.
Don't come and
Viste
say
que el
now.
pastor dijo que no hay que ayunar tanto. Yo
Oh,
no he
you
dicho
see, the
eso.
pastor said we don't have to fast that much. Well, I
Viste que
have
él dijo
not
que no hay
said
que
that.
leer tanto.
Oh,
No.
he said, did you see that? He said we don't have
No,
to
no
read
dije
that
eso.
much. No, I didn't
Yo
say
dije.
that. I said.
Mira, se lo voy a
Look,
poner así fácil
I'm
para que la
going to put
gente
it
lo
like this,
entienda.
easy, so that the people can understand it.
En el baloncesto,
In basketball,
dos ejemplares muy buenos.
two very good examples:
Michael Jordan
Michael Jordan
y LeBron James.
and LeBron James.
Pero LeBron James tiene más puntos que él ahora
LeBron James has more points than he does
porque ha
now
jugado más que él.
because he has played longer than
2 más 2
than
es
Jordan
4, eso no hay
has.
que decirlo.
2 + 2 is 4. We don't have to say that.
El hombre es tan bueno,
The man is so good.
es bueno.
He's
LeBron
good.
es muy bueno.
LeBron is
Él
good.
está tratando de igualar los récords.
He's trying to equal the records.
Pero ya le pasó como a usted y a mí.
But it already happened like it has happened to you
Por
and me.
haber pecado,
Because of sinning,
nunca vamos a poder igualar a Cristo.
we're never going to be able to be equal to Christ.
¿Me está entendiendo?
Are you understanding me?
6 campeonatos corridos.
6 championships
Ya
in a
LeBron no
row.
lo va a poder hacer.
Well, LeBron is not going to be able to do it anymore.
Ya no puede.
He cannot do it.
Hay niveles.
There's levels.
Pero eso no significa que él no es bueno.
But that does not mean that he's not good.
Es muy bueno.
He's
Está
very
quemando
good.
la liga.
And he
Gana
is doing
muy
good in the
buen
league.
dinero.
He earns very good money.
Yo quisiera jugar la mitad de lo que él juega.
I would like to play at least half of what he plays.
Pero hay cosas
But there's
que tú
things
tienes que entender.
that you need to understand.
Tú no te puedes comparar con aquel,
You
con el
cannot
otro,
compare
con el
yourself with
otro.
this person, that person, or the other.
No, ciñe lo que Dios te ha dado a ti.
No. You got to use what God has given
Pero
to you.
ciñelo y úsalo todos los días.
But use it every single day.
Úsalo todos los días.
Use it every day.
Tienes que usar lo que Dios te dio.
You have to use what God gave you.
Hay veces que tú necesitas un David a tu lado.
There's times that you need a David beside
Hay
you.
veces que necesitas gente que te diga se puede,
There's
varón.
times that you need people that are going
Lo
to say
vas
you
a
can do
lograr.
it, man. You will
Deja esto,
accomplish.
deja
Stop
aquello.
that. Stop this other thing.
Tienes que usar fe.
You have to use faith.
¿De qué te ha librado Dios?
What has God delivered you from?
No te va a volver a librar de algo.
Do you think he's not going to deliver you again from
Pero tú
something?
tú te levantas todos los días.
But you wake up every
Que
day.
tengo problemas.
It's that I have
Estoy
problems.
tratando de luchar.
I'm trying to fight with this.
Uy. ¿Sabe? Hay cosas
You know, there's things
que Dios va a hacer con nosotros.
that God is going to do with us.
Pero necesitamos entender la Biblia.
But we need to understand the Bible.
Muchos usan la Biblia para justificarse.
Many use the Bible just to justify
No,
themselves.
úsala para guerrear.
Use it to become a warrior.
Úsala para levantarte.
Use it so that you could get yourself
Tienes
back
que
up.
tener fe.
You have to have faith.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
David le dijo,
David
el
said,
Señor que me libró de las garras del león y del oso también me va a librar de este pelagato.
The Lord that delivered me from the claws of the lion and the bear, he will also deliver me from this Philistine.
¿Sabes? Tú nunca le vas a poder hablar a nadie
You know, you're never going to be able to speak to anybody
Con
anything
autoridad.
with authority.
Escúcheme bien,
Listen
con
well,
autoridad.
with authority.
Porque yo te hago una pregunta.
Because I ask you a question.
¿Cómo yo le puedo tener autoridad sobre tu hijo sin maltratar?
How can I have authority over your children without mistreating them or abusing?
¿Qué será, verdad?
What is it, right?
Porque ahora hay una moda.
Because now there's a style, a trend
En
going around.
español dicen, se le habla con amabilidad.
In Spanish, you say, oh, you have to speak with kindness to them.
En inglés le dicen,
And in English,
nice talking, que hable bien.
you have to talk nicely to them.
O si el nene te da,
Or if your kid hits you,
remember, nice touching.
acuérdate, un toque bueno.
Nice touching.
Nice touching?
Me da, te meto para atrás.
If you hit me, I'm
¿te
gonna
dolió?
slap you back.
Pues papi,
Did
no
it
de
hurt?
donde no puede dar.
Well, honey, don't hit where you can't get
Yo no
hit
estoy
back.
hablando de abuso.
I'm not talking
Yo no
about
estoy hablando de
abuse.
maltrato.
I'm not talking about mistreating
Están
them.
toda la semana el nice touching y el
You
nene
know
te
you
da
go
otra
a
vez.
whole week with
Nice
nice
touching,
touching
el
and he
nene
hits
vuelve y
you.
te da.
Nice touching
Ni
and he
tienes
hits you.
autoridad con las
You
manos,
don't
ni
have
tienes
authority with
autoridad
your
con lo que
hands, and
hablas.
you don't have authority with what you're speaking.
En mi tiempo
In my time,
te metían un bofetón
they will slap you back
nada más por hacer así.
only because you went like this.
Un aguajito.
Just because you tried to do
Rágatarí.
something.
Es que pensé que me ibas a levantar la
Oh,
mano.
I thought that you were going to hit me.
Entiende lo que te estoy enseñando.
Understand what I'm trying to teach you.
Es una moda que el enemigo ha tenido.
This is a trend that the enemy has had.
Tú no puedes ser más fuerte
You cannot be stronger
que el diablo
than the devil
si no usas autoridad.
if you don't use the authority.
El diablo está usando tu hijo,
The devil is using your son,
las
the
circunstancias,
circumstances,
para que tú no lo disciplines.
so that you will not discipline them.
Tu hijo me da, yo le meto para atrás.
If your son hits me, I'm going to smack them back.
Enséñalo que no le dé a los
Well,
adultos.
teach them to not hit the adults.
Tú estás grande
Oh,
y tú eres un mediocre que
you're
no lo
an adult,
educa.
and you're a mediocre person that doesn't educate him.
Eso no te gusta.
Oh, you don't like
Está
that?
bien, no hay
That's
problema.
fine, there's no problem.
Yo no tengo que usar las manos,
I don't gotta use my
ni las
hands.
voy a usar.
I'm not gonna use
Ese no es
them.
mi hijo.
No, that's not my son.
El problema es,
The problem
oh
is,
my God.
my God,
Te estoy dando una advertencia.
I'm giving you a warning.
El problema es que estás hablando mucho sin efecto.
The problem is that you're talking too much without effect.
Él le dijo, el Señor me respalda.
He said, the Lord supports me.
¿Cómo? Yo tengo fe.
How? I have faith.
Si cuando hice cosas que nadie vio,
When I did things that no one saw,
empieza a hacer cosas que nadie te vea.
start doing things that nobody sees you.
Porque Dios va a decir, este está listo.
Because God is going to say, He's ready.
Esta está lista.
She's ready.
¿Quieres ministerio? Aprende a
want a
trabajar de
ministry?
gratis primero.
Learn how to work,
Aprende a
work for free
servir.
first. Learn
Aprende
how
a
to
adorar.
serve. Learn
Aprende
how
a
to
ser
worship.
útil.
Learn how to be useful.
Para que entonces Dios diga,
So that then God can say, He,
aquello,
he's the
aquella.
one. She's the one.
Oh my God. El problema
The problem
es el siguiente.
is the
Tengo que
following.
tener fe.
You have to have faith.
Ten fe.
Have faith.
Ahora hay 100,000 enfermedades.
Now there's 100,000 sicknesses.
100,000.
100,000.
Se las inventan.
They invent them.
Los nombres.
The names of them,
No entiendo.
I don't understand.
¿Y tú sabes qué es el problema de la
And
iglesia?
do you know what the problem of the church
Que la
is?
iglesia no está creyendo.
That the church is not believing.
¿Cómo es posible que un niño
How is it
de
possible
un
that a
año,
child
2, 3, 4,
that is
5,
1, 2, or 3,
con
or
eso
4,
a
or
70, por
5,
favor, un niño de 3, 4, 5,
a child that is 3, 4, or 5
te diga que no,
tells you no,
te levante la mano,
raises their hand
te
against
forme
you,
una perreta en un sitio
they throw a tantrum in a place,
y tú no tengas autoridad sobre ese niño.
but you don't have authority over that
Te voy
child.
a hacer una
I'm going
pregunta.
to ask you a question.
Escúchame bien.
Listen well.
César, ven un momento.
César, come here a minute.
Atiende porque es que la
Pay
fe trabaja de
attention
esta forma.
because faith works this way.
Vamos a maquiarlo un poco ahí.
You know, I'm
Si
gonna
yo no
shake you.
tengo autoridad
If
sobre
I
él
don't
para
have authority
maquiarlo,
over him, for me to shake him,
que lo estoy viendo,
that I'm seeing him,
¿cómo voy a defenderme de algo que
how
está
am I gonna
castigándome
defend
que no lo veo?
myself from something that is punishing me, but I
¿Cómo
cannot
voy a
see it?
salvar mi
How
familia
am I gonna
si
save
no
my
veo lo del
family?
Espíritu?
And I don't see the Spirit.
Si yo no sé tener autoridad
If
sobre
I
él,
don't know how to have authority
jamás
over him,
tendré autoridad sobre el
I will
diablo.
never have authority over
Jamás
the
tendré
devil.
autoridad sobre
I
los
will never
espíritus.
have authority over the Spirit.
Déjate de reprender
Stop rebuking.
si no puedes reprender tu
If
familia.
you cannot rebuke your family,
Es más, le voy a decir
I'm
más,
gonna
que
tell you
nadie
more.
ore por ti si no tiene autoridad en la
nobody
casa.
should pray over you if they don't have authority in their house.
Es una oración más.
Because it's just another prayer.
Es una oración del montón.
It's a
Si
prayer
no
of the
puedo
bunch.
disciplinar mi
If
familia,
I cannot
jamás
discipline my
disciplinaré a
family,
alguien.
I will never be able to discipline someone else.
Uy, uy, uy. Ah, yo vine a decirte hoy
I have come to say
que tú
today
tienes que entrar al 24
that
ya
you
en
have to
victoria.
enter into 2024 with a victory already.
Mira, diablo, invéntate lo que quieras,
devil, you
haz
can
lo que
invent
te dé la
whatever you want,
gana,
do
pero a
whatever you
este
want.
no lo vas a tumbar.
But you're not going to knock this one down.
Yo vivo para Dios,
I live
yo
for
sé
God.
vivir para
I
Dios,
know how
yo
to live
sé
for
creerle
God.
a Dios
I know how to
y
believe
Dios va a
God.
hacer lo que tenga
And
que
God is
hacer.
going to do whatever He has to do.
Tengo fe.
I have faith.
God. Toca a alguien y dile: yo tengo fe, yo tengo
Touch
fe.
somebody and say, I have faith, I have faith.
Imagínate, él como director practica y él practica los jueves nada más. Hombre, no que se salga
Imagine
de
him
ahí.
as a director of the group, practicing only on Thursdays. No.
Él tiene que
He has
practicar
to
los
get out.
lunes, los martes,
He
los
has to
miércoles, los
practice
jueves, los
Monday,
viernes, los
Tuesday,
sábados y los
Wednesday,
domingos.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Allá en su privacidad,
Over
claro.
there in his privacy.
Fe
Faith.
es creer lo que
It's believing what
no se ve.
you cannot see.
Entonces, ¿cómo vas a creer que dominas al diablo y a tu hijo no?
So how is it that you're going to believe that you have dominion of the devil but not of your son?
Oh. Toca a alguien y dile: hay que ser humilde, hay que ser humilde.
Touch somebody and say, you got to be humble. You have to be humble.
No te halagues de los actos anteriores.
Don't flatter yourself with your previous actions.
No vivas de lo que Dios hizo.
Don't live off of what God already
Vive de lo que
did.
vas a hacer ahora en Dios.
Live off of what you're going to do now in God.
Aquel se sanó tremendo.
That person
Que
was
se
healed
sane
tremendous.
este.
Well, let this one be healed
Me
now.
gané 2 almas, gánate
I
5
won over
más.
2 souls. Well, win over 5 more.
Tenemos que tener la autoridad.
We have to have the authority.
El diablo solo respeta autoridad.
The devil only respects the
Y Dios
authority.
bendice al obediente.
And God blesses the one that is obedient.
Es más, toca a alguien y dice que hay que ser
Touch
obediente.
somebody and say, you have to be obedient.
Usa lo que tienes.
Use what you have.
No esperes para que Dios va a hacer algo contigo cuando tengas algo. No, usa lo que tienes
Don't
ahora.
wait that God is going to do something with you when you have something. No, use what you have
Pastor, no puedo
now.
predicar, pero puedo hacer esto.
Pastor, I could not preach, but I could do this.
Pastor, no sé pintar, pero puedo limpiar.
Pastor, I don't know how to paint, but I can clean.
Pastor,
Pastor,
no sé, lo que sea.
I don't know, whatever it is.
Pastor, no puedo estar aquí el sábado, pero puedo estar el jueves,
Pastor, I
el
can't be
lunes.
here Saturday, but I could be here Thursday, or I could be here Monday.
Porque tampoco es todo lo que el pastor, los horarios de él.
Because it's not all the schedules of the pastor,
Pero se puede.
but you can do it.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Pastor, no sé limpiar, pero corto grama bien.
Pastor, I don't know how to clean, but I cut a good grass.
Esa fiebre que hay ahora.
That fever that there is
Que hay
now,
gente que van a hay que dejar los trabajos.
that there's
porque
people that are going to leave their
déjalo a ver
jobs.
quién diablo te va a mantener.
Go ahead and leave it. We're going to see who the devil's the one that's going to maintain you.
Si Dios no te llama, tú no puedes dejar tu
If God
trabajo.
doesn't call you, you cannot let go of your job.
Tú puedes ser lo más espiritual
You
que
could
sea.
be the most
Pero si
spiritual
Dios
that
no
you
te
can be.
llamó, te vas a
But
morir
if
de
God has
hambre.
not called you, you're going to die of hunger.
Yo quisiera que tú me dijeras eso ganándote 200,000 al año.
I would like for you to tell me that when you're earning $200,000 a year.
Y que yo te diga,
And for me to say to
te
you,
llama Dios
God is calling
y te
you,
voy a dar 100 semanales.
and I'm just going to give you 100 a week.
Para que tú hagas eso. El diablo es el que está
So that
hablando
you
ahí.
can see, oh, the devil's the one that's talking to me.
Tenga cuidado.
Be careful.
Si Dios no te ha llamado todavía,
If God still has
usa
not
lo
called
que
you,
tiene.
use
Usa
what
el
you have.
momento que
Use
tiene.
the moment
Usa el
that you
tiempo
have.
para Dios.
Use the time for God.
Obra con naturalidad.
Work naturally.
Tú tienes que no vanagloriarte.
You can't take the glory.
Dios te usó.
God used you.
Tranquilo.
Just be
No
calm.
pregunte.
Don't ask.
Que Dios te vuelva a usar.
Let God use you again.
Si hoy no te usaron,
If He didn't use you today,
tranquilo, mañana es otro
be
día.
calm. Tomorrow is another day.
Quieres competir, no
You
vas a
want to
poder
compete?
ganar.
You're not going to be able to
En tu
win.
trabajo da lo mejor.
At your job, give your best.
Que Dios te está viendo, no es tu jefe.
Because God is seeing you, not your
Oh
boss.
my God. La justicia viene de Dios, no de los
The
hombres.
justice comes from God and not men.
Cuando Dios mira y dice, ese es mío,
When
ese es
God looks, He
justo.
says, yeah, He's
Esa es
mine.
justa.
He's righteous.
Oh,
She's
lo vas a
righteous.
sacar de ahí.
Are you going to take him out
Me
of
lo voy a
there?
llevar para un lugar
I'm going
mejor.
to take him to a better place.
Lo voy a rodear de gente que
I'm
lo
gonna
ame.
surround him
Lo voy a
with people
rodear de
that
gente
love
que lo
him.
bendiga.
People that are
Lo
gonna
voy a
bless him.
llevar a otro
People
nivel.
that are going to take him to another level.
No midan las cosas carnalmente, mídelas
Don't
espiritualmente.
measure things carnally. Measure them spiritually.
Dios te va a llevar a otra dimensión.
God is going to take you to another dimension.
Dios te va a llevar a otra dimensión.
God is going to take you to another
De acuerdo a la
dimension.
fidelidad que tú tienes.
But according to the faithfulness that you
No
have.
por lo que haces.
Not by what you
Porque
do.
muchas veces hacemos cosas para que nos vean.
Because many times we're doing things so that we could be
No
seen.
empieza a hacer en silencio.
No, start doing
Empieza a
silently.
meterte en tu cuarto
Start getting into
y
your
decirle,
bedroom
Dios, aquí
and
estoy.
saying, God, here
Yo
I am.
peleo por esto,
I
yo
fight
peleo
for
por
this.
aquel.
I fight
Yo
for
bendigo aquel,
I
yo
bless that
hago
person.
esto por
I
aquel.
do this for that person.
Aconseja, levanta.
Give advice, lift them up.
Que el que te va a promover
Because the one that's going to promote
se
you
llama Dios.
is called God.
El que te va a dar
The
todo
one
se
that's
llama
going to
Dios.
give it all to you is called God.
Gente posteando tantas cosas
People that are posting so many things,
y faltan más a los servicios que nada.
and they're more absent to the services than anything else.
No posteen nada.
Well, don't post anything.
Tú posteale al reino.
Post to the kingdom.
De rodillas.
On your knees.
Posteale al reino.
Post to the
Dile, aquí
kingdom.
estoy, voy a matar el león que se
Here
meta.
I am. I'm going to kill whatever lion comes in here.
¿Sabe? En una ocasión unos hombres le dijeron a David:
You know, in one occasion, some men said to David,
tú no vas a pelear más.
you're not going to fight anymore.
Porque si tú desapareces,
Because if you disappear,
se nos apaga la luz a todo el mundo.
our light is going to be shut off for
Hay
everybody.
gente tratando de prender una luz y su batería está agotada.
There's people that are trying to light up a light, but their battery is exhausted.
Hay otros que están tratando de apagar la antorcha de otros.
There's others that are trying to turn off the torch of
Porque la de
others
ellos está sin aceite.
because their torch has no oil.
Cuando tú te encuentres con gente
When you find yourself with
que
people
están haciendo comentarios,
that are saying
que están
comments,
tratando de hacer daño,
that are trying to be
que su
damaging,
palabra
that their word
trae división,
brings division,
esa gente no
those people,
tiene aceite.
they don't have any oil.
Esa gente están
Those
apagados.
people are shut off.
Necesitan la antorcha de otro.
They need somebody else's torch.
Por eso tienes que tener cuidado.
That's why you gotta be
Enseña a
careful.
tu esposa,
Show your
adiestra a
wife.
tu esposa,
Teach your wife.
enséñale con quién habla,
Teach her
enséñale a
who she
quién
should talk to,
escucha,
who she should
enséñale
listen to.
que no lleve chisme a la
Teach her
casa.
to not bring gossip to the house.
Un hombre recto,
A
un
man that
hombre
is
de
upright,
pie
a man
le
that is
prohíbe a la
will
mujer
prohibit
estar
a
en
woman
chisme.
from being in gossip.
Oh man.
Mi Dios.
¿Sabes? Tú tienes que tener la naturalidad. Él no creyó en él, sino que creyó en Dios.
You know, you have to act naturally. He didn't have to believe in himself. He believed in God.
Si usted conociera la verdadera historia de este hombre que está frente a usted,
If you would truly know the real story of this man that is
usted
standing in
nunca
front
se
of you,
rendiría.
you would never surrender.
Lo que pasa es que venir a llorar aquí
What happens is that for me to come and
no es lo
cry
que usted
here,
viene.
it's not what you
Usted
come
viene a
for.
aprender,
You
usted
come here
viene a
to
guerrear,
learn. You
usted
come to
viene
become
a
warrior.
crecer.
You come here to grow.
Oh my God. Tienes que tener.
You have to have.
David nunca se olvidó del nombre de Dios.
David never forgot the name of God.
Hay veces que tú te tienes que parar.
There's times that you have to stand.
Un ejemplo.
This is an example.
Luis Cora, tú vienes contra mí.
Luis Cora, you're coming against me.
Sí, porque hay gente peleando con demonios.
Yes,
No se
because
dan
there's
cuenta
people that are fighting against demons, but they don't notice
que hay gente que ya te está levantando el
that
calcañar.
there's other people that are already lifting up a battle or a war against you.
Hay veces que los demonios ellos mismos te dicen,
There's times that the demons themselves say,
de mí no te cuides,
don't be careful with
que yo no tengo
from me
autoridad sobre ti.
because I don't have any authority over you.
Cuídate el que está caminando
Be
contigo.
careful with the one that is walking with you.
Espérate. ¿Cómo
Wait a minute,
es eso,
wait a minute.
pastor?
How
¿Cómo
is
es
that,
eso?
pastor? How is
¿Cómo
that?
es eso?
How
Es
is
que,
that?
es que te estás cuidando de tantos demonios.
It's that you're being careful with so many demons,
Y quien te está destruyendo es que el que camina contigo.
but the one that is destroying you is the one that's walking
El que
with
te
you.
conoce.
The one that
El que
knows
sabe
you.
una debilidad tuya.
The one that knows one of your
El
weaknesses.
que admira lo que tú eres.
The one that admires what you are.
Hay gente, mira,
There's
eso
people-
empieza hasta de la inocencia.
Look, and that even starts with the innocence.
Luna
Luna
le gusta hasta quedarse en casa.
likes to stay at my house.
Pero Eda le dice,
But Eda says,
no, hoy no puedo
no, today I cannot
porque mañana trabajo.
because tomorrow I work.
Ya ella sabe eso.
And she already knows that.
El nene ahora quiere también quedarse en casa.
And her brother also wants to stay at home now.
Entonces, le ha
at
dicho
my
a
house.
Eda
And he has said
para
to Eda
quedarse.
so that he could stay.
Allá ya viene.
But over there she comes
She's working tomorrow.
and she says to him, she's
You can-
working
you can
tomorrow.
stay there.
Mañana ella trabaja, quédate
Yo le
ahí.
dije a Eda, no sabe la nena
And
nada.
I said to Eda, you think this
Si tú
little
te
girl doesn't
zafas
know? If you slip
Y le dice a él que
and
se
you say
quede,
to him that he can stay at
ella
my
va a
house,
decir, nos vamos a quedar.
she's going to say, we're both going to stay at your house.
Sin embargo, no lo está haciendo con maldad.
However, she's not doing it with any wickedness in
No,
her
porque
heart.
ella no tiene eso en su
No,
mente
she doesn't
todavía.
have that in her mind yet.
Pero hay adultos
But there's adults
que van a hablar con otros
that are going to go and talk to
del
others
éxito tuyo
of your success
para ver si tú sabes algo
to see if you
para
know
ellos
something
derrotarlo.
so that they can
Tienes que
defeat them.
aprender
You
a
gotta learn
entender.
to understand.
Por eso yo soy cuidadoso
That's why I'm
con
cautious.
quién hablo,
Who I
cómo
talk
hablo,
with,
qué
how I
digo,
talk,
qué actúo,
what I say,
qué
how
les
I
dejo
act, what I
saber.
do, what I let them
La
know.
gente gente no se da
The
cuenta.
people don't notice.
Actúa con tu
You have to
naturalidad.
act naturally.
El nombre que es sobre todo
The
nombre.
name that is above all name.
Uy. Dios le otorgó en el nombre de Jesús.
God granted it to him in the name of Jesus.
Tú vienes contra mí
You
con
come against
espada.
me
Tú vienes
with
contra
the
mí con
sword.
bochinche,
You
con
come against me
problemas.
with gossip
Cuando
and
te
with
levanten
problems.
una calumnia, no pelees con
When
esos
they lift up
infelices.
slander against you, don't fight with what they say.
Son pocos hombres, son pocas mujeres.
Because they're a little bit of a woman, a little bit of a man.
No pelees con
Don't
ellos.
fight against those
Vete
people.
a hablar con Dios.
Go and talk with God.
Ora para que les vaya bien.
Pray so that it
Ora
can go
para
well
que
for them.
cambien.
Pray so that
Porque
they
si
may
te
change.
ganas a uno de
Because if you
esos,
win
el
over one of them,
infierno va a temblar.
Heaven is going to tremble.
Si logras cambiarle el corazón a uno de esos.
If you accomplish to change one of them, their hearts.
Richard Feynman dijo,
Richard Feynman said,
no confundas educación con inteligencia.
don't confuse education with intelligence.
Puedes tener un doctorado
You can have a doctorate,
y seguir siendo el mismo idiota.
but continue to be the same idiot.
¿Sí me entendiste?
Did you understand?
Hay gente como que tienen 4 años de universidad, 6
There's
años de
people that all they
universidad.
have is 4 years of university, 6 years of university education.
Se creen más que tú.
And they think they're more than you.
Aplauso para ellos.
Well, an applause for
Se
them.
educaron,
You know, they did
Tremendo.
good, tremendous.
pero no significa
But it does not mean
que lo son todos.
that they are everything.
Porque hay gente con mucha educación
Because there's people with a lot of
que no hace
education
nada.
that don't do nothing.
y hay otros que no saben leer bien
And there's others that don't know how to read
y son
well,
millonarios.
but they're millionaires.
Imagínate que a veces dice, yo no firmo bien, firma tú por mí ahí. Sí.
Imagine, sometimes I say, I can't even sign right. Just sign there for me.
Tienes que aprender a hacer tu lucha legítimamente.
You have to learn how to make your battles
Él no
legitimate.
deseaba victoria para él.
He didn't desire the victory
¿Con
for
quién él
himself.
estaba enojado?
Who was he angry against?
¿Con quién?
Who?
Este está desafiando al Dios de Israel.
He is defying the God of Israel?
Ay, no se vaya a equivocar. Aquel pastor no tiene escuela.
Oh, and don't get it wrong and say, oh, the pastor has no education.
Si has sacado una vez,
If you have had a B,
conmigo te tienes que sentar a un lado.
with me, you're going to have to sit aside.
Con eso nada más te lo voy a decir.
With that alone, I'm going to let you know.
Los motivos de David, ¿cuáles eran?
The motives of David, what were they?
¿Cuáles son los motivos de tu
What are the
victoria?
motives of your victory?
¿Sabe? Que, mira, entre Dios más me ha dado.
Look, the more God has given to me,
Mi esposo y yo lo que hemos hecho es compartir más con otra gente.
my wife and I, what we have
Bendecir
done
otra gente.
is share with other people, bless other people,
Hacer cosas por otra gente.
and do things for other people.
Porque entre más tú hagas por aquellos.
Because the more you do for others,
Claro, tienes que saber con quién lo haces.
and of course you have to know who you do it
Después
with.
no digas, "Oye, pastor, como usted dijo. Oye,
Because I don't want you to say, oh, pastor, because you said it.
allá tú con
I'm
quien lo
going to say,
hagas.
no, that's on you who you do it
Allá tú
with.
con quien lo hagas.
That's on you who you do it with.
Yo he enseñado a mis hijos.
I've taught my sons,
Si quieres subir de dimensión,
if you want to go up in dimension,
tienes que aumentar tu dimensión.
you have to increase your dimension.
O sea, cuando tú no puedes regalar,
You know, when you cannot give gifts,
tú no regalas.
you don't give gifts.
Los regalos no son los que te hacen a ti verte bien.
The gifts are not the ones that make you look good.
Pero si puedes regalarle a alguien.
But if you can give a gift to someone,
Escúchame hoy.
listen well.
Escucha bien lo que estoy hablando.
Listen well to what I'm speaking.
Deja de estar dándole gracias nada más.
Stop only thanking the person.
Hablando de tus familiares, tus amistades.
I'm
Estoy
talking
hablando del
about your
pastor, por
family
favor.
members, your friends. I'm not talking about the pastor, please.
No estoy hablando de eso.
No, I'm not talking
Si
about
me
that.
gustara que todo el mundo me regalara,
If I would like for
hacía
everybody to give me
el día del
gifts,
pastor 2 veces al año.
I would do the pastor's day 2 times a year.
Y yo creo que en los 24 años que llevamos
And I
pastoreando,
think that in the 24 years that we've been pastors here,
2 veces al principio.
2 times
Lo
only.
cancelé.
And
Dios
when we
mío, no.
started in the beginning, and then
El
I
que quiera ser
canceled it.
agradecido, que aprenda a hacerlo
And I
durante
said,
el
no,
año.
whoever wants to be grateful, they have to learn how to do it throughout the year.
Si tú eres agradecido
If you are grateful
con tu familia,
with your
con
family,
un amigo,
with a friend,
tú lo vas a agradecer durante el
you're
año.
going to be grateful throughout the year with
Tú
that
le vas a
person.
hacer un día
You're
especial.
going to make a special day for that person.
Ah, no me regale, hermano, no me
No,
regale.
no. Don't give me gifts, brothers, sisters. No.
¿Sabes? Dios va a proveerte.
You know, God is going to provide for you.
Cuando le das el lugar al Señor que le corresponde.
When you give the place to the Lord that corresponds to Him,
Tú no puedes orar para que el cielo se abra.
you cannot pray for heaven to open,
Porque David en una ocasión dijo,
because David in one occasion said,
Me escuchaste
You heard me
porque no había iniquidad en mi corazón.
because there was no iniquity in my heart.
¿Sabes lo que dijo David, verdad?
Do you know what
Yo
David
sé que
said,
tú me
right?
escuchas
I know that you hear
porque yo
me
estoy limpio aquí.
because I am clean here.
Si tú tienes alguito aquí
If
dándote
you
vuelta,
have a little bit of something just going
cielo
around
está
here,
cerrado.
heaven is closed for you.
hasta que tú no limpies aquí,
Until you
el
clean
cielo
it
no
here,
se va a abrir.
the heaven is not going to open up.
Dios no va a hacer la sesión contigo.
God is not going to do an exception of
Por
a
eso
person
Él le
with
dijo,
you.
tú vienes con lo que
That's
venga,
why he
papi,
said,
pero yo vengo
you
lleno
come
del
against me
poder.
with whatever you want, but I'm coming against you
Yo
full
sé
of the
vencer
power.
en un cuarto
I know
solo.
how to conquer in a
Yo sé
bedroom by
vencer en
myself.
los sitios.
I know how to conquer at
Hay
places.
veces que tú tienes que quitarte tú y ponerte para otro.
There's times that you have to take away from yourself and put yourself there
Pedro
for
le dijo a
others.
Jesús,
Peter said to
Maestro,
Jesus, Master,
por favor no vayas,
please don't
que no
go.
te acontezca esto.
for this not to happen to you.
Fíjate, no pensó en él.
He didn't think about
Le dijo, no
himself.
debes de ir.
He said you should not go.
Claro, Pedro no conocía
And of course Peter didn't
la
know
dimensión de Jesús.
the dimension of Jesus.
Jesús sabía, ¿verdad? Yo voy
Jesus
allí,
knew,
yo muero y vuelvo y salgo.
I'll
está
go
tranquilo.
there and I'll die and I'll resurrect again. Be calm.
Tienes que tener victoria.
You
todo el
have to
tiempo.
have the victory.
Tienes que confiar incondicionalmente
And you
en
have to
Dios.
trust unconditionally in God.
Cuando tú confías incondicionalmente,
When you trust unconditionally,
ya tú eres victorioso.
you're already victorious.
Queremos sanar a los enfermos.
We want to heal the sick.
¿Cómo podemos sanar a un enfermo si no conocemos enfermedad?
And how can we heal a sick person if we don't know sickness?
Porque no es lo mismo orar
Because it's not the same to
con el
pray
banco de lado
with your bank going sideways because you have so much money
que con la cuenta negativa.
than to have a zero bank account.
No es la oración, no me venga con que se te hace difícil.
Don't come and tell me, oh, it becomes difficult.
No te sabes el número de cuenta
You don't even know the bank account number.
y el diablo es tan diablo
And the devil is such a
que
devil
te arrodilla y ves el número de la cuenta
that you kneel down and you see the bank account
porque
number
está negativo.
because it's negative.
Él sabe que si te usa
He
algo
knows that if he uses
que
something
te saque de
that
control,
is going to take you out of
te
control,
va a vencer,
he's
te va a
going to defeat
destruir.
you. He's going to destroy you.
Cuando hay problemas en la
When there's
casa,
problems in the house,
cuando la esposa está enojada,
when
cuando
the
el
wife is
esposo está
angry, when the
enojado,
husband is angry,
abate al enemigo,
he will afflict the enemy.
confía en él.
Afflict the enemy. Trust in God.
Hay veces que estás esperando quién me va a ayudar
There's times that you're awaiting and saying, who is going to help
y
me?
Dios diciéndote,
And God is saying to you,
yo quiero ayudarte,
I want to help
pero
you.
como eres un idólatra,
But because you're an idolatrist,
sigue esperando ayuda de los hombres,
continue to wait for the help of
que a
men.
ninguno le pondré en el corazón que te
I
ayude.
will not put in the heart of any of them to help you.
Hay ayudas que no vienen de hombres,
There's helps that does not come from
hay
men.
ayudas que vienen de Dios.
There's help that comes from God.
Ya. Pasé por esta situación y nadie me ayudó.
I went through this situation and nobody helped me.
Pero y tú ves la caja del pecho de otro, soy el welfare.
But do you see on somebody else's chest I'm the welfare?
Porque hazte una pregunta.
Because ask yourself a question.
¿A cuántos tú has ayudado en necesidad?
How many have you helped while they have been in a
No a tus
necessity?
hijos.
Not your children.
No a la esposa,
Not your wife.
no a papi, no a
Not your
mami.
dad or your mom.
No, a un particular
No.
que tú sabes que no te puede dar nada.
Somebody else that you know that person can give you nothing in
¿Cuántas
return.
veces tú has dicho voy
How
a
many
bendecir a
times
aquel?
have you said I'm going to bless this person?
Entonces no puedes exigir lo que no haces.
So you cannot demand what you don't do yourself.
Porque cuando tú eres honesto,
Because when you
cuando
are
tú
honest,
eres de bendición,
when you are of a person of a
reino
blessing, the kingdom
hace así.
goes like this.
Vete donde fulano y
Go to
hazle
this
esto.
person
Vete
and
donde
do this.
fulano y
Go
hazle
to this
esto.
person and
Dale
do
este
that.
regalo a aquel.
Give
Dale
this
este
gift to
regalo a
that person.
aquella.
Give this gift to
Págale
that
esto,
person.
hazle
Pay
esto.
this, do this.
Pero es cuando tú estás íntegro en la
But it's when you
presencia.
have integrity
Es
in the
cuando tú
presence.
estás haciendo las cosas
It's
por
when
otro,
you
no
are
para
doing things
ti.
for others and not for yourself.
Ya vamos a terminar.
And we're about to finish.
¿Sabe? Mira lo que dice Isaías 30:15.
Look what it says in Isaiah 30:15.
Porque así dice el Señor omnipotente, el Santo de Israel. En el arrepentimiento y la calma está tu salvación. En la serenidad y la confianza está tu fuerza. Pero ustedes no lo quieren reconocer.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. The Holy One of Israel says, in repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. But you would have none of it.
Uy, ¿sabe?
You know,
Tú y yo tenemos que entender algo.
you and I have to understand something.
Leilani, la gráfica la tiene. Pónmela, por
Leilani, do you
favor.
have the graphic? Put it up, please.
Mira esto.
Look at this.
frente a tu tormenta, tu temporal,
In front of your storm,
no construyas paredes.
do not build walls.
Fortalece tus bases, tus
Just
raíces.
strengthen your foundations, your roots.
En el problema,
In the problem,
sí, buscamos ayuda.
yes, we do seek for
Tenemos
help.
gente que conversamos.
We want people that
Mira,
we have to conversate
estoy
with.
pasando por esto.
Look,
¿Tú me
I'm
puedes dar
going
una
through this.
mano?
Can you give me a
Sí,
hand in this?
yo
Yes.
creo en eso.
I believe in that.
Pero cuando tú estás en necesidad,
But when you are in a
una de las
necessity,
cosas más
one
poderosas
of the most powerful things
es la oración,
is prayer.
es la palabra.
It's the word.
Pero no estés por ahí.
But don't be around.
No, cuando yo pasé nadie. Tú no has visto
Oh, when
los
I went through
testimonios.
it, nobody wanted. Haven't you seen it when they're giving testimonies?
Nunca nadie creyó en mí. Mira, no soy
Nobody
infeliz. La gente creyó en
ever
ti. Lo que pasa es que tú no hacías
believed in
caso.
me. Yes, the people did believe in you.
Es
You
el
just didn't pay
testimonio más
attention.
embustero y más falso que hay
That is the
en los
testimony that is
evangélicos.
the fakest in the gospel.
Nadie creyó en mí.
Nobody
Y él me
believed in me.
recogió.
And he picked
Deja
me
de
up.
estar agrandando a Dios.
Stop trying to enlarge God.
Alguien te lo advirtió.
Somebody warned
Alguien
you.
te dio una
Somebody
oportunidad.
gave you an opportunity.
A lo mejor te la dieron sin Cristo, un
And
buen
they-
amigo.
They probably gave you an opportunity without Christ. A
Vamos
good
para adelante,
friend.
papi, que esto olvídate.
Let's go forward,
Aquí,
man.
aquí nos morimos los
Forget
dos.
about it. Here, both of us are going to have to die.
Es que tú querías seguir con la changuería.
But no, you wanted to continue with your childishness.
Cuando más necesité,
When I needed it the most,
nadie estuvo ahí.
nobody was
Hombre,
there
si
for
tú lo
me.
que querías era que te mantuvieran el vicio.
Well, all you wanted was for somebody else to maintain your addiction.
Yo trabajando para ti.
I'm going to be working for you.
No, para eso me voy a beber yo.
No, for that I'll go and drink.
Tenemos que entender algo.
We need to understand something.
Alguien te dio una oportunidad.
Somebody gave you an opportunity.
Tú no la aprovechaste.
You didn't take advantage of it.
Ahora mismo,
Right now,
lo que estoy hablando hoy,
what I'm speaking
eso es una
today,
oportunidad.
that's an opportunity.
Pero si tú quieres seguir con changuería,
But if you want to continue with the childishness,
nadie cree en mí.
nobody believes in
Nadie
me.
me da la oportunidad.
Nobody has given me an
El
opportunity.
pastor comparte más con aquel que conmigo.
The pastor shares more
El
time with
pastor
that person
comparte
than
más
he
con
does with
aquel.
me.
Me
He shares
déjese
more
de
with.
changuería y
Look,
búsquese una
stop the
amistad.
childishness and look for a friend.
Búsquese a alguien con quien
Look
compartir.
for someone
Haga
that you
una
can
amistad
share with.
genuina.
Make a
Haga un
genuine
pacto
friendship.
con esa
Do a
gente.
covenant with those people.
Y deje de estar criticando.
And stop criticizing.
Porque si no tiene amigos es tu culpa.
Because if you don't have any friends, it's your fault.
Yo no.
Yes or no?
Hay cosas
There's things
que nos llevan a la victoria.
that will take us to a victory.
Pero somos nosotros
But it is us,
los responsables.
the ones that are responsible.
Somos nosotros
It is us,
los que vamos a hacer cosas buenas.
the ones that are going to do
Los
good
que vamos a hacer
things.
cosas
The
grandes.
ones that are going to do big things.
La Biblia me enseña a mí.
The Bible teaches
La
me.
Mire esto, déjeme decirle
Look at
algo,
this. Let
déjeme
me say
decirle algo.
something.
Déjeme leerle esto para que usted entienda lo que yo le estoy tratando de decir.
Let me read this so that you can understand what I'm trying to say.
Y en el verso 51,
In verse 51,
¿cuándo fue que los enemigos de Israel, amigos de Goliat,
when was it that the enemies of Israel, the friends of Goliath,
huyeron?
fled?
Cuando vieron a su campeón en el piso.
When they saw their champion on the ground.
Deja de estar escondiendo detrás de la gente para decir que eres alguien.
Stop hiding yourself behind other people saying that you are someone.
Aprende a ser alguien tú.
Learn how to be someone you yourself.
Cada uno de nosotros y de
Every
los que
one of
están
us
allá,
and those that are over there,
Dios le dio un regalo
God gave a gift to
para hacer cosas
do things
que nadie puede hacer.
that nobody can do.
Ahora,
Now,
como te dije la otra vez,
like I said the last time,
cuando te hagan un favor,
when they do a favor for
no lo
you,
saques en cara.
don't throw it back out in somebody's face.
Pero tampoco se te olvide que te lo hicieron.
But don't ever forget that they did that favor for you.
Porque hay gente, y eso pasa mucho en los evangélicos,
Because there's people, and that happens a lot in the Christian people.
le da la amnesia
get
esa, el
amnesia.
Alzheimer bien rápido.
The Alzheimer very quickly.
Los sacas del fango,
You take them out
los
of the mud.
posicionas
You position them.
y después quieren pelear contra ti.
But then they want to fight against you.
Yo te voy a dar una noticia.
I'm going to give you some news.
El día que tú hagas algo contra el que te levanta,
The day that you do something against the one that is lifting you back up,
ya tú fracasas.
you've already failed.
Ya tú no sirves.
You're useless.
Nunca te olvides.
Don't ever forget.
No es que tienes que estar haciendo por esa persona algo toda la vida,
It's not that you have to be doing something your whole life for that person.
porque tú tienes que seguir moviendo.
Because you have to continue to move.
Pero no te olvides
But don't forget.
que un día, a los que lavan ropa,
Those that wash clothes,
sabes que usted coge la toalla y
you know that you take the towel and you're like,
la sacude.
you shake it.
la dobla,
You fold it.
las medias, usted
Your socks, you
le pone en la cama, la aplasta, las
put
pone
them
con
on
el
the
talón
bed. You
igual,
flatten them out. You put them, heel to
la
heel.
dobla,
And you fold them.
las pone en la gaveta,
And you put them in your drawer.
tu ropa interior,
Your
la
interior clothes.
dobla,
You
lo
fold
pones
it.
en orden.
And you put it in order.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Pero tú no le enseñas a nadie esas cosas,
But you don't show anybody those things.
porque eso es para ti.
Because that's just for you.
¿Sí o no?
Yes or no?
Eso es para tú ser organizada.
That's so that you could be organized.
Así mismo es el evangelio.
That's exactly how it's in the gospel.
Dios te da herramientas
God gives you the tools
para enderezar a otros,
so that you could straighten others,
para arreglarnos.
so that you could fix
Pero
them.
eso no significa
But that does not
que
mean
te sientas con otro
that you sit down with
a
another
decir yo
person
hice,
to say, I did,
yo le dije,
I said,
yo lo arreglé.
I fixed that person.
no.
No.
Tú no lo dices.
You don't say that.
Así era David.
That's how David
Así
was.
tenemos que ser tú y yo.
And that's how you and I have to be.
Agradecidos.
We have to be
Él
grateful.
fue agradecido. Si
He
Dios
was
me libró
grateful.
del león,
And he said, if God delivered me from the lion,
a este me lo como vivo.
I'm going to eat this one up alive
Él
today.
confió
He trusted
en Dios,
in God,
no en los hombres.
not in men,
Porque le dieron armadura, le dieron de todo y él dijo, yo
because
no,
they gave him
así
the
no sé.
armor. They gave him everything. And he said, no,
Así
I
no
don't
se
know.
funciona.
I don't know how to function this way.
A mí me gusta funcionar como yo sé.
I like to function the way that I know.
¿Cómo tú funcionas?
How do you function?
Deje de estar enojándose.
Stop getting angry so much.
El pastor no quiere reunirse.
Oh, the pastor doesn't want to meet with
El
me.
pastor no me llama.
The pastor doesn't call me.
No me quiere una consejería.
He doesn't want to give me counseling.
Pero hermanos, si aquí hay gente
But
líder
brothers, there's people here,
que
leaders,
tienen la misma capacidad
that
que
have the
yo o
same
más,
capacity that I do or more.
entonces usted pierde el tiempo
So you waste your time
enojándose conmigo
angry with me
cuando yo lo quiero bendecir.
when I want to bless you.
Sacúdete.
Shake yourself off.
Y lo que Dios te dijo que era tuyo, empieza a buscarlo.
And what God said that was yours, start looking for it.
Empieza a buscarlo.
Start looking for it.
Yo le dije a Eda, si yo me muero primero que
I said to Eda, if I die first before you do,
yo algo en lo que es lo secular y la
in what
vida
is
normal,
the secular and the normal life,
más muerto que vivo.
I am worth more dead than what I am alive.
Y yo te voy a dejar a ti ubicado.
And I'm going to leave you positioned.
Tú no vas a depender ni de la iglesia
You're not going to depend on the church
ni de la gente.
or on the people.
Y porque hay iglesias que
Yes, because there's
el
churches
pastor se muere
that the pastor dies
después de 20 años
after 20 years
y dejar la esposa en el aire.
and they leave the first lady up in the air.
Por eso después esas iglesias no existen.
That's why those churches later on don't even exist.
¿Sabe? Yo te he dado 20 y pico de años aquí.
You know, I've given you 20 something years here.
Ella también.
She has also.
Digo, eso es lo que yo puedo entender.
I mean, that's what I can understand.
Su sostén soy yo.
Her sustainment is me.
Si yo falto
If I am not here no more
y sus hijos no la ayudan,
and her sons don't help
se le va a
her,
hacer difícil.
it's going to become difficult for her.
No, trae a otro pastor que no ha hecho nada.
Oh no, you bring
Empiezan a
another
bendecir la
pastor that
esposa
has
de
not
ese
done
pastor.
anything and you start blessing the wife of that pastor.
Si me entiende o no me
Do
entiende.
you understand me or not?
Pero no se preope,
But don't worry,
porque si yo me muero ella va a quedar bien.
because if I die, she's going to be left
Ella
off
no va a
good.
venir aquí a mendigar.
She's not going to come here to beg for anything.
No.
Nope.
Ella va a quedar bien.
She's going to be left
Lo
well.
único que le advirtió es, si te casas,
The
mi
only
amor,
thing that I've warned her about is, honey, if you get married again,
yo voy a estar muerto.
because I'm going to be already dead,
Eso de que, no te, prométeme que no te vas a casar.
that of
Mira
saying,
qué
don't
infeliz.
promise me that you're not going to get married
Mira qué
again.
infeliz son esa gente.
Look how unhappy those people are.
Si tú te vas a morir.
You're going to die.
Yo lo que le he dicho, no te cases con un vividor.
What I've said to her is don't
Que
marry
venga-
somebody
que venga a
that wants
gozarse
to
de todo lo
live
que yo-
off of you, that wants to come and enjoy everything that I have sweated.
¿Sí me entiende o no me entiende?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Los voy a dejar con esto y a los que están allá.
I'm going to leave you with this and those that are over there.
La victoria,
The victory,
tú la tienes.
you have it.
Sácala para afuera.
Just bring it out.
Sácala.
Just bring it out.
Mira esto.
Look at this.
Y esto se me añadió ahora
And this was added to me now
por lo que estoy diciendo.
with what I'm saying.
Victoria.
Victory.
La iglesia a mí no me da plan médico.
The church doesn't give me health insurance.
El Eso es caro.
And that's very expensive.
Ella dice que yo soy el que suple todo.
She says that I'm the one that supplies it
Pero
all.
eso es falso.
And that's false.
Porque cuando yo voy al médico,
Because when I go to the doctor,
yo uso el plan médico de ella.
I use her health insurance.
Y ella no ha dejado de trabajar
And she has not stopped working
por el plan médico.
because of that health insurance.
No, literalmente ahora mismo.
Literally right now.
Ella no tiene que pagar nada.
She doesn't have to pay anything.
Pero sin ese plan médico,
But without that health
yo
insurance,
estuviera embrollado
I would be in debt
con todas las cosas que yo he tenido que hacer.
with all of the things that I've had to do to myself medically.
¿Qué quiero decir con esto?
So what am I trying to say with this?
Amas de casa,
Women that are home wives,
si deciden quedarse en sus casas,
if you decide that you're going to stay at
sean
home,
de bendición,
be of a blessing.
no de dormir todo el día.
Not that you're going to be sleeping all day.
Que cuando su esposo llegue,
That when your husband arrives
su
home,
ropa lavada,
your
planchada,
clothes washed, ironed,
su comida en la mesa.
your food at the table.
Usted no es esclava de él,
You're not that person's slave.
pero él
But he
está poniendo el techo,
is putting you under the
está poniendo
roof.
la comida,
He is putting the food on the table.
está poniendo el sudor.
He is sweating.
Deja de atenderle a la gente y ayudar a la gente
Stop attending the people and helping
para
the
hacerle
people
favor a la gente
and doing favors to the people
y no servir a quien tienes que servir.
and not serve the one that you have to
Cuando
serve.
te llamen,
When they call
no
you,
puedo porque
I
estoy
can't do it.
cocinando.
Why? Because I'm cooking.
Ah, pero tú estás en tu casa,
Oh,
sí.
but you're at home, yes.
Gracias a un esposo que me
And I'm
mantiene.
home thanks to a husband that maintains me.
Y tampoco le exijas.
And don't demand neither.
No le exijas.
Don't demand from that man.
No le exijas.
Don't demand anything.
Una mujer que sabe que el hombre es el único que está trabajando,
A woman that knows that the man is the only breadwinner in the house.
no le exige lujos
She's not going to demand any
ni
luxuries
regalos.
or gifts.
Dios te está hablando.
God is speaking to you.
¿Te vas a quedar en tu casa?
Are you going to stay home and be a home wife?
El Espíritu te dijo que te quedara en tu casa.
The Spirit told you to stay home.
Pregúntale al Espíritu si vas a exigir.
Well, ask the Spirit if you're going to be demanding.
Porque si dices que fue el Espíritu
Because if you say that it was the Spirit,
y atormentas a tu esposo con exigencia,
but you're tormenting your husband with demands,
no fue Dios quien te habló.
it was not God the one that spoke
Te
to
habló
you.
el diablo.
The devil spoke to you.
Por algo Dios está diciendo esto.
It's because of something that God is saying this.
Porque yo mantengo a mi mujer ahora.
Because I maintain my wife
Pero
now.
nuestros comienzos,
But in our beginning,
los dos
both of us
trabajábamos.
used to work.
En fábrica,
In
limpiando
companies,
baños,
cleaning
haciendo
bathrooms,
lo que fuera.
Doing whatever we had to do.
Pero siempre con la mente yo me voy a levantar.
But always with the mindset,
Yo
I'm
voy a
going to get up.
conquistar.
I am going to
Yo voy a
conquer.
tener lo mío.
I'm going to have what is mine.
Ayúdame ahora que después,
Help me now,
después te vas a echar
because
frente.
later on you're just going to be refreshing yourself.
Si alguien que está mirando allá
If somebody that is watching over
ha
there
entendido esto,
has understood this,
¿sabes lo que yo llegué de trabajar
do you know what it is for me to arrive from work?
y tú todo el día en la casa?
But you were home all day at home, in the house.
El niño con una peste ameado encima.
The kid smells like pee
Porque lleva todo el día sin cambiar el pan porque tú estás ocupada haciendo
because he
que-
hasn't been changed all day in his diaper because you've been busy. Doing what?
No lo tienes listo para la iglesia porque estás ocupada. ¿En
You
qué
don't
si estás
have
en
him
tu
ready for
casa?
church because you're busy. But in what have you been busy? Because you're at home.
Tiene que llegar el marido a trabajar, a hacer
The
cosas en
husband
la
has
casa,
to arrive to
ayudarte.
the house, work, and take care of you.
Tú eres una vaga.
You are just lazy.
Eso es lo que tú eres.
That's what you are.
Una vaga.
You're just lazy.
La mujer que da excusa con los hijos
A woman that gives an excuse because of
una
the children
vaga.
is a lazy woman.
No he querido salirme en vivo porque sé que Dios le está hablando a gente.
I have not wanted to leave the live because I know that God is speaking to people there.
Oh my God. Mi amor, vele el nene a lo que yo lavo.
Honey, you have to watch the kids while I wash clothes.
Hombre, levántate y dile, vas a
Man,
velarlo,
stand up and say, you're going to
vas
watch
a lavar
them. You're going to wash the
y yo
clothes.
voy a dormir.
And I'm going to sleep.
A alguien Dios lo está sacudiendo.
Somebody got us shaken.
A alguien.
Somebody.
Eso es para que la casa esté limpia.
That's for the house to be clean.
La comida hecha.
The food cooked.
Los niños en orden.
The children in order.
Porque es hora de atender al que te sostiene.
Because now it's time to attend the one that sustains you.
Esa es la ley.
That's the law.
Jesus. No digas que Dios te dijo que te quedaras si no
Don't
haces estas
say
cosas.
that God told you to stay home and be a housewife if you don't do these things.
A mi esposa yo le decía, si alguien te pide un favor,
I used to say to my wife, if somebody asks you for a favor,
tú primero haces lo de la casa.
first you do what needs to be done
Si
in
te
the
da
house. If you have time,
Cuando yo llegue todo está en orden.
when I arrive and everything is
Le
in
hace
order,
favores a la gente.
then you could do favors
Si
for
no,
the people. If not,
Nada.
nothing.
Marca, dale un aplauso a Cristo. Qué
Give
bueno
an
es Cristo.
applause to Christ.
¿Se acuerda que me están dando el testimonio?
They're giving me the testimony.
Que oramos por Maximilian Cora.
We prayed for Maximilian
Que le iban
Cora.
a hacer una cirugía.
He was going to go through a surgery.
Todo está bien.
Everything is fine.
Todo le salió bien.
Everything came out fine.
Y pide oración para que se recupere todo.
And now he is asking
Vamos a
for
estar
prayers so that
orando
he
por
may
eso,
recuperate.
Padre, que ahora
in
la
everything.
recuperación sea tan maravillosa.
Father, allow that recuperation to be so
Tan
marvelous
poderoso.
now, so powerful,
Que aún los doctores se sorprenden.
that even the doctors are going to be
Una
surprised.
recuperación llena de tu gloria.
A recuperation
de tu
full of your
presencia.
glory, of your presence,
En el nombre de Jesús.
in the name of Jesus.
Te esperamos el martes.
We're going to wait for you on Tuesday.
Mujer, si me escuchaste,
Woman, if you
ponlo
heard
en
me,
práctica.
put it into practice.
Avanza, corre,
You
salva a
have
tu
to
familia.
advance, run, save your
Salva
family,
todo lo que te rodea.
save everything that
Y
surrounds
gracias
you.
por haber estado ahí.
And thank you for being
No
there.
te lo pierdas que vamos a estar aquí el día 31.
Don't miss it. We're going to be here on the
Con una
31st.
fiesta de poder del
We're going to have
Espíritu.
a power, a party of
Llena
the
de
power
poder
of the
para
Spirit.
bendecir tu vida y la
Full
de
of
tu
power
familia.
to bless
En
your
el nombre de
life and the
Jesús.
life of your family.
Amén.
In the name of Jesus.
Amén.
Amen.